Hey guys, this is Elias with Softfly, and today we're gonna import WooCommerce variable products using an Excel file and WPL import. Now let's get our file. For this we have several options. We could use an existing file from a previous import. We could upload a file directly from our computer, but I'm gonna choose to download a file via URL. Now you can do this via FTP too, but in this example we're just gonna stick with the URL one. Now let's click on the download button. And once your file is loaded, just decide whether you want to import new products or update existing ones. Now in this example, I don't have any products here, so I'm gonna choose new items and WooCommerce products from this dropdown, then continue to step 2. Now here in step 2, we have 2038 nodes, and this is good because this is the exact number of products we have. I'm going to show you here the import file we're going to use, and you can see that we have 2039 minus of course the header row. That gives us 2038, so this is good. Now the next thing we need to check is whether WPL import is detecting all of the fields, and this is the case for us, so this is good too. Now you'll notice that this doesn't really look like an Excel file, and this is fine because WPL import is transforming this Excel into an XML. Now WPL import will only be able to detect the first tab. If you have data on the second tab, it will be ignored. Same as if you are, for example, running some kinds of formula here. You can definitely run formulas in Excel if you're referencing values from the same sheet. Now you can, for example, multiply these values and WPL import will recognize this. But if you want to do the same with this value and another value from another tab, well, WPL import won't be able to read this and will reject the file. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Only the first tab will be recognized because WPL import will transform this into an XML. Now, how about we continue with our import here on step 3. Now, in step 3, it's very straightforward. We just need to drag and drop the elements from this right panel into the import fields. For example, I have this name element and I want this name element to be the title. So I just drag and drop it in the title box, and that's pretty much it. Now here we have the description, so let's do the same. And there's short description. Boom, that's it. There is really not much going on here. That's really all you need to do. Just keep doing that with all of the fields you want to import, and WPL import will create all of your products. Now, here in the WooCommerce add-on tab, we just need to select variable products because remember, we're importing WooCommerce variable products. So as I was saying, just keep dragging and dropping the elements like so. We have here the regular price, so let's add that. And the sell price too. All right, these settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are because the default values work for us. But just so you know, these are basic WooCommerce stuff. You can find this in the WooCommerce product creation process. Now let's jump into the inventory tab. Let's enable the manage stock because I have a stock element here. So I'm gonna drag and drop that element here like so. And for the low stock threshold, you can actually use whatever number works for you. I'm gonna choose 2. The stock status, you could use whatever option works for you here, but I do have a stock status element, so I'm gonna choose this one. And the way I do that is selecting this option right here that says set with expat and drag and drop that element like so. Now keep in mind guys, if you hover on the question mark for the expat option, it will give you the accepted values for that option. If your file doesn't have that values, well, it won't work, but not to worry guys. Just if you feel a little bit stuck here in any step along the way, just contact our support team and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Now let's continue working our way through the tabs, and we have the shipping one, but I don't have any shipping information here on this file, so I'm just gonna skip it. Same with the link products. And the attributes, we do have attributes. They are down here. So we have size and color. I need to add those, size and color, and drag and drop the values like so. Now we're done here. You're welcome to open the advanced tab and play around with this, but in this example, it won't be needed. Now let's jump into the variations tab. And here on the variations tab, you just need to tell WPL import how you want to link the products in your file. Now WPL import will present you with several options here, and you just need to read them very carefully and decide which scenario describes more accurately the file structure you're using. For example, we have here all variations for a particular product have the same title as the parent product. So you can see here that we have a parent product and some variations. Same with the lamp shops here. And all of these share the same title. So if your file structure looks like this, just take your title element and drag and drop it here. And with this, WPL import will understand how are your variations related in your import file and import them correctly. Now the file structure I have is this first one, because we have an SQ element and a parent SQ. So let's drag and drop those. All right. And with this, we're done here because we're going to leave these settings as they are, and we have completed all of the tabs we need from the WooCommerce add-on tab. So since this is ready, I'm going to scroll down and open the images tab. Now I have here my images. Let's just drag and drop those and hit preview. Now WPL import is able to detect these images, but let's click on the run test button just to be sure. And they are not loaded, so that's good. Let's dismiss this. I'm gonna leave these settings as they are because the default values work for me, but you're welcome to just hover on the question mark and it will explain what this option does. Now the custom fields area, we're just gonna skip it. For the taxonomies, I'm gonna enable the product categories because I have here my categories element, and I'm gonna choose the third option because our categories element has a hierarchical structure. You can see here the greater than symbols, and you can also see here the pipes. Now these greater than symbols are separating different elements within the same hierarchy group, and the pipe element is separating different hierarchy groups. Now to import this, I'm going to choose an element in my file contains the entire hierarchy, and then I'm going to enable the separate hierarchy groups via symbol. Then I'm just gonna drag and drop the value like this and hit preview. Now WPL import is showing my hierarchy tree correctly. So this is great. I'm gonna dismiss this and continue. I'm gonna skip all of this because this is standard WordPress stuff and I can work with the default values. This is post status, post date, comments, the slug, the author. So yeah, let's just skip all of this. We have here the function editor. You're welcome to check out the description below where you'll find links that will take you to our documentation where you can find more info on this. But just so you know, in this function editor, if you know PHP, you can just write your own functions and do really crazy stuff with your data. There is really no limit to what you can do if you know a little bit of PHP. Now, I'm going to continue to step 4 because we have everything we need here. This all is looking great. So yeah, let's click on the continue to step 4 button. And here on the continue to step 4 button, I need a unique identifier. Now you can just drag and drop the values we want here. Here is a brief description of what you want with this unique identifier, but for the most cases, you can just click here on the auto detect button and WPL import will choose the right one for you. Now these settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are too. Same as before, you can hover on the question mark and it will give you a brief description of what that option does. Then we have here the scheduling options, and this is very cool because it will allow us to run this import on a schedule. For example, let's say I want to run this import every Monday at 12 a.m. Well, I just set this up here and WPL import will take care of it for you. Now you have also the option to schedule manually using cron jobs, but this is a little bit more advanced and we have documentation on both of these options. So remember to check out the links in the description below if you want to learn more about this stuff. For now, let's just close this up and continue, then run our import. Now this import is gonna take a couple of minutes, so I'm just gonna pause the video here and come back when it's ready. Alright, so WPL import is finished with our import. Now let's see if the products came in okay. We have here the same tab we had open. I'm gonna just refresh it. and we can find here 191 products, which is great because this is the number we expected. Now let's find our chest kangaroo hoodie to see if it came in okay. All right, so here it is. At first glance, it seems to be good. Let's open up and see what's going on here. Now we have the title, the description, we have the images, the SKU, the stock. So yeah, the category tree looks good. We have here the short description. Let's check out the attributes. We have size and color. This is great. Now for the variations, we have 15 variations, which is the exact number we have here on our import file. You can see that here. So this is looking great. Each variation has its own image, its own SKU, its own regular price and sell price. The stock is independent for each variation, so that's great. So yeah, let's see how this looks in the front end. All right, we have the image, the title, the prices, the description, categories, SKU. Let's select one variation and see what's going on. You can see that the image changes, and this is great. And we have here the description and the attributes, and well, it seems like we imported our products correctly. So there you have it, guys. That's how you import WooCommerce variable products using an Excel file and WPL import. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more about how to import or export other WooCommerce data like orders, products, reviews, and whatnot, just check out the other videos in our channel or go to our website at wplimport.com. See you next time.